सो हेलो नमस्कार टू द ऑल केमिस्ट्री लवर्स, डॉक्टर्स एंड इंजीनियर्स ऑफ द नियर फ्यूचर। मैं विजय कुमार सोनी आपका हार्दिक स्वागत करता हूं इन केमिस्ट्री वाला चैनल रिगार्डिंग टू योर वन एंड ओनली केमिस्ट्री। In previous video, we have discussed about the just important topics of the alcohol. Further, we have discussed about the just phenol, where we have discussed about the general characteristics and classification of the alcohol and phenol, and physical just your preparation methods and physical and chemical properties of the alcohol and phenol. Now we time to discuss about the just third important topic, that is the ether. So if you go with the just ether, then you have discussed, and if you not discuss, then you can say this is the ether O function group. O function group is called as ether. If we'll go with the formula, then the formula for the ether is your ROR. This is the ROR with the two lone pairs, where R is equals to any alkyl group, any alkyl group. If we'll go with the just ether, then ether are known as anhydride of alcohol. An means separation, hydride means water molecule. If suppose there are two alcohol molecule in the presence of concentrated H2SO4, as we have discussed, it's a best dehydrating agent. So at a temperature of 413 Kelvin temperature, it will change in ROR and S2O. So what we can see that these are known as ethers are known as anhydrides of alcohol. Means anhydride means separation of water molecule, removal of the water molecule, and from the alcohol. That's why here will formation of anhydride of alcohol, which are known as ether. Further, if we'll go with the another statement, we can use these also called as dialkyl derivatives of water also. This is the ROR. This is the water molecule. As a water molecule, we can take this is the HOH. If we will remove both hydrogen, it will be substitution by the alkyl group. Then here will formation of ROR with the ether. That's why these are known as dialkyl derivative of water also. If we will go with the just formula, then the common formula for the ether is your CnS2n plus 2O, where at least N is equals to there should 2 carbon. If there is 2 carbon atom, then it will be C2, 2 to the 4 and plus 2 6 and O. It can be represented by CS3 O CS3. This is about the just common formula. If we will go with the just further, then it's your types of ether. Types of ether. There are, if we go with the formula, then this is the formula ROR. We can take R dash also. There are two types of the just ether also. When R is equals to R dash, both alkyl group are same. When both alkyl group are different, then it is called as symmetrical or simple ether. And if we'll go with the just R and both R dash are different, then unsymmetrical or asymmetrical, or we can say mixed ether also. For symmetrical, we can take the example CS3, OCS3, both alkyl group are same. C2S5, OC2S5, both are same. C6H5, OC6H5, both are same. Asymmetrical, then CS3, OCS2, CS3, CS3, OC6H5, one of the benzene ring, CS3, CS2, OC6H5, both are different. So we can say these are known as asymmetrical ether. If we go with the further, then on the presence of benzene ring, these are known as just aromatic ether also. This is the aliphatic ether. This is the aliphatic ether. This is also aliphatic ether. Aliphatic ether. This is the aromatic ether. Aromatic ether. Again, this is the aromatic ether also. So this was about the just initial part about the just ether. What is the mean of ether and what is the other name as an anhydride of the alcohol, as a dialkyl derivative of water, common formula and types of the ether. So go through with the matter properly because of it is too important. यहाँ आपके पास में पर्टिकुलर बोर्ड्स में क्वेश्चन आता है which of the ether is asymmetrical, so you can give the right answer through the option. Now the time to discuss about the further. If we will go with the further, then what is the hybridization state in ether over the oxygen atom and bond angle and dipole moment, so on. So this is about the further. So this is about the structure of ether. Structure of ether. For this we can take the just example C2S5 OC2S5 as a R is equals to, we are going to take C2S5 as a ethyl group. So if we'll go with the just structure of ether, then in ether oxygen atom is in sp2 hybridization state, sp3 hybridization state with a bond angle of 110 degree. This is the sp3 hybridization state similar to water, but here is the presence of two lone pair over the oxygen atom. So here will be lone pair to lone pair repulsion. Here will lone pair to bond pair, LP to BP, and here will BP to BP repulsion. That's why the bond angle will slight increase from the increase in bond angle due to LP to LP, LP to BP, and BP to BP repulsion according to valence shell electron pair रिपल्शन थ्योरी, जिसको आप पहले में डिस्कस कर चुके हैं. जस्ट लॉन पेयर टू लॉन पेयर, लॉन पेयर टू बॉन्ड पेयर, बॉन्ड पेयर टू बॉन्ड पेयर. If we will go with the just dipole moment, dipole moment. Some of the students still don't know about the meaning of dipole moment. So suppose this is the ether molecule. Electronegativity of oxygen is larger, so here will be partial negative charge and here will partial positive charge. It acts as a dipole, and if we'll go with the dipole moment, then it is denoted by mu. Mu is equals to q into d. Q is the charge and d is the distance between these two species, a positive and negatively charged species. If we'll go with the just R is equals to C2H5 group, then it will be your C2H5 or C2H5. In that case, dipole moment will be 1.18 dpi. This is the important part. 1.18 dpi as a dipole moment. So what we can say that just between the molecule of ether, remember one thing, this is the dipole again, partial negative and partial positive charge. Here will one of the important force between the molecules of ether. This is the dipole interaction force. That's why we can say that ether acts as polar molecule. पोलर मॉलिक्यूल की तरह एक्ट करेगा. This was about the just initial part. If we'll go with the further, then due to presence of lone pair of electron, it acts as Lewis base. मीन्स अपने लॉन पेयर को डोनेट करने के कारण से इलेक्ट्रॉन डोनर नेचर होने के कारण पर्टिकुलर इट एक्ट्स एज अ लिवाइस बेस, जिसको हम पर्टिकुलर केमिकल प्रॉपर्टीज में डिस्कस करेंगे विद जस्ट 2-3 एग्जांपल्स. दिस वाज अबाउट द इट्स लिवाइस नेचर, about the dipole interaction force means polar nature, of the structure, bond angle, just hybridization, and the general part of the diethyl ether. So go through properly with this kind of the matter. If I'll discuss with the further, then we'll go with the nomenclature. It's too important again because of it will be one of the question from the ether also. That may from nomenclature. वो nomenclature से भी आपसे हो सकता है question. So listen carefully. This is about the just nomenclature. If we'll go with the nomenclature of ether, this is the nomenclature of ether. If we will go with the ether, then ether exists two systems for the nomenclature. Number one is your common system. This is the common system, and this is your, you can say, IUPAC system, which is also called as International Union of Pure and Applied Chemistry. It's too important. So first of all, if we'll go with the common system common system, then we have discussed there are two types of the ether. One of the is your symmetrical and another is your unsymmetrical. So if we'll go with the symmetrical ether, then these are known as your, you can say, dialkyl or diaryl ether, dialkyl or diaryl ether. And if we'll go with the unsymmetrical ether or mixed ether, then those are known as alphabetically alkyl ether, or we can call it alkyl aryl ether. For this we can take just 2-3 examples. Suppose you have this one as a first example, CS3 OCS3, both are methyl group. Symmetrical ether also, so it is called as dimethyl ether. If we'll go with the further C2S5 OC2S5, then it is called as diethyl ether. If we will go with the just aromatic C6S5 OC6S5, then C6S5 is called as phenyl, so it will be diphenyl ether. If we will go with the further asymmetrical ether, then we can take just C2S5. This is the ethyl and this is the methyl. Alphabetically ethyl is more prior, so ethyl methyl ether. If we will go with the further, it is also called as anisole as a common name. If we'll go with the just C2S5 OC6S5, then ethyl phenyl ether, or it is also called as phenol. So this was about the just important examples regarding to the common system. See the matter properly. Now the time to discuss about the, just we have discussed about the general idea of the ether. Now about the isomerism, पर्टिकुलर ईथर में आइसोमेरिज्म कौन सा एग्जिस्ट करता है उसको डिस्कस करना है. एंड हाउ, so first of all we'll go with the IUPAC system as a second nomenclature system. This is the IUPAC system as a second common nomenclature system. If we'll go with the just IUPAC, then ether are known as alkoxyalkane. What is the meaning of alkoxyalkane? Suppose this is the alcohol, and if we'll remove the one of the hydrogen from the alcohol, then the remaining group is called as alkoxy. Alk means number of carbon, oxy is the just oxygen group. So if suppose there is OCS3, then it is called as methoxy. If there is OC2S5, then it is called as ethoxy, propoxy, so on. So if we'll go with the just suppose symmetrical ether like this CS3 OCS3, तो किसी को भी हमने alkoxy बना दिया, this is the methoxy, and rest is your methane as a alkane, C2S5 OC2S5, this is the ethoxy, ethane. If there is asymmetrical ether like this, in that case छोटे वाले ग्रुप को जिसमें लेस नंबर ऑफ कार्बन एटम हो उसको एल्कोक्सी कहेंगे. सो दिस विल बी एज अ मीथॉक्सी ethane. Just it may be long chain also. This is the CS3H2 and 3. This is the longest possible chain. This is your methoxy, and methoxy is present over the number 2 position, so 2 methoxy. This is the 4 carbon. For regarding to 4 carbon, it will be butane. So this was about the just nomenclature. If we want to take aromatic ether also, like your common name anisole, then it will be your methoxy, and this is the benzene also. If we will go with the further, just your isomerism, then ether shows chain number 1. Another is your, we can take just functional group with the alcohol, functional group, and metamerism, isomerism also. 3 टाइप के isomerism शो करता है. For example, C3 या we can take just C4H10O. इसके लिए टोटल आइसोमर पूछे, then CS3O, CS2, CS2 and CS3. This is the methoxypropane. methoxy 1 methoxy भी कह सकते हैं क्योंकि इसका सिमिलर आगे हो रहेगा. 2 methoxy इसलिए कंफर्म करना जरूरी. methoxy 1 methoxypropane. This may as a your metamer also, चेन को चेंज कर दिया. Then this is the 2 methoxypropane. 2 methoxypropane. If we will go with the further, this is the first isomer, second isomer, then CS3O, this is the CS2, OCS2 and CS3. This is the ethoxyethane as a third isomer, and as a 4 isomer as a functional group we can take butane 1-ol. So this was about the formula. Here will 4, 1, 2, 3 ether isomer, and one of the alcohol isomer. Total isomer will be 4 isomer. So this was about the isomerism and IUPAC nomenclature system of the ether. सो डियर डॉक्टर्स एंड इंजीनियर्स, फिर मुलाकात होगी आपसे एक नए वीडियो के साथ. टॉपिक के लिए पर्टिकुलर रिगार्डिंग हम बात करेंगे ईथर का प्रिपरेशन मेथड एंड फिजिकल प्रॉपर्टीज. तब तक के लिए शुक्रिया, धन्यवाद. यूं ही अपना प्यार ट्रस्ट जताते रहिए. फिर मुलाकात होगी एक डायनेमिक वीडियो के साथ में. शुक्रिया, धन्यवाद.